Alright, Shalom. Before I get started, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. Secondly, I want to give double honors to all the elders and apostles throughout the four corners of the earth that's pushing this truth and all sincerity and righteousness in these last days. I also like to give double honors to the head and the elder of the Man of Israel camp, the Chazak, whom I teach under down here in Greenville, South Carolina. I also like to give another shout out to you sincere Akim, you brothers out there that's pushing this truth in all sincerity and righteousness in these last days. And I also like to give another shout out to Israelite foreigners that's looking like the other heathen nations causing confusion, coming back to your heritage in these last days. And lastly, a quick shout out to you few out Wathium, you sisters out there that stand in order and doing what y'all need to do in these last days. To y'all, like to say Shalom. Alright, now coming back to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shion Rashai with another quick exhortation video. This video that I'm doing is gonna be on Yahweh Shai and its true description on how he looked, because right now I'm heading to camp, so this is an in transit video. But let me put this on. Had to put that on do not disturb. But like I was saying, I'm heading to camp now, so this is a in transit. But anyway, because I'm just not leaving my real mama house. They Hispanic, so they Northern Kingdom. But her mom don't speak English that well, so she only speaks Spanish. And I forgot how we got on this conversation, but I had, because on her wall she got a picture of JC. You already know who that is. She had a picture on her wall of JC, and I was pretty much telling my realtor to her mom that he don't look like that. So she told him in Spanish or whatnot, and she was like, no, he's white, he white, or whatever, how they speak in Spanish. She was pretty much telling me she was white. So she got a Spanish Bible in her house. So of course, in the Spanish Bible, I put it up in her Spanish Bible to show her. She kind of still didn't want to believe it, but that goes to show you that, man, Esau put a heavy witchcraft on our people to believe lies, man. We need to cast down those lies, man, that's been brought out, man. We cast those down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, because our people need to know that Yahweh Shai is a so-called black man. They need to know that he's not so-called white, because that's something the so-called white man gave to our people, so our people could look at them as if they God, man, which truly they not God, man. And I was pretty much telling her that, man, that Yahweh Shai is a so-called black man. He's a melanated man. All right, it's, like it says, I'm gonna read it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, and I'm gonna start at verse 1, but I'm gonna drop down. It says the revelation. Now that word revelation just simply means to reveal. All right, and truly I wish her brother was up, because her brother knows. Her brother can speak Spanish too, and he could have better explained it than I can, because I don't speak Spanish. So I wish he was up to kind of like explain it to her, because she don't understand English. So I was wishing he was up, because he was sleeping in the damn room. So later on, Lord willing, when he get up, he could better explain it than I can, because I can't really explain it to somebody who don't speak English, and my real don't really know much like that, but I'm pretty sure when her son get up, he'll be able to explain it to his mom that he wasn't white, because I somewhat tried, but I couldn't break it down. I could only show her the scriptures, but I can't break it down, because I don't speak Spanish. So Lord willing, like I said, when her brother get up, he can kind of explain it. But that's why I'm doing this video, man, because people need to know, man, Yahweh Shai is a so-called black man. He's not white, he's not African, he's not Chinese, he's not Japanese, he's a so-called Negro, man. So it says the revelation, like I said, that word revelation just simply means to reveal. So they revealing, John the Revelator is revealing how Yahweh Shai look. So it said the revelation of Yahweh Shai, HaMashiach, which the Heavenly Father Yahweh gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and sanctified it by his angel unto his servant John. Right? Now when you drop down, it's going to describe how Yahweh shall look. Verse 14, it says, his head and his hairs were white like wool. Now, who on planet Earth got woolly textured hair? There's only really two, people that got woolly hair, and that's the so-called Ham. Well, I ain't gonna say so-called. The Hamites, which are the so-called Africans, and you so-called Negroes, man. All right, we the only ones with really, Negro type hair, man. Woolly type hair, man. We the only ones that got woolly hair. But we know the Lord wasn't no African, no Hamite, right? We know he was from the tribe of Judah, right? So it says his head and his hair were white like wool. Now, when you pull up an image of Caesar Borgia, it tell you that the hair was brown, or the picture tell you that that it's brown. But the scriptures, the Bible just says his head and his hair was white like wool, right? It said as white as snow. So he had very, whitish, grayish hair, man, right? And that's that signified him having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. When you get gray hair, that's simple. And not only that, but the trials and tribulation he had to go through, man. So it says his head and his hairs was white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. You see, why was his eyes like a flame of fire? Because he drank a lot of wine. You see, that was his first miracle, was turning water into wine. And when you look at the image of Caesar Borgia, his eyes not red. His eyes is brown, if I'm not mistaken. His eyes is a brownish color, man. So that's two, strikes right there. Now this one really gonna take the icing off the cake, man. Verse 15, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice is the sound of many waters. Meaning, when it says voice is at the sound of many waters, meaning he had a very deep voice, like something similar to mine, but very deeper than mine's, man. Like when you hear waterfalls, it's very loud. That's how Yahweh Shai voice was. He spoke with authority, man. But it says in his feet. Now your feet is describing the skin color of his feet. Now his feet will be the same color as the rest of his body, right? It says his feet like into fine brass. Now when you look up brass is like a brown copper color, man, right? It says feet like into fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. Now if you burn anything in a furnace, regardless if it's even white, if you burn anything, it's gonna turn dark. It's gonna be burnt. I wish I could let y'all see my color. It would be damn near my color, man. The Lord would be my color. If you look at the Man of Israel account and you see the brother with the I'm about to say menorah. I don't know why I had that on my mind just now. The breastplate garment, the 12 tribes breastplate. That's me in the video. When you look up Man of Israel too, the Lord would have been similar to that color, man. He wasn't nowhere near white. So those are just the lies that Esau had pushed on our people to believe, that the Lord is white, because they want that power, man. Our people look at white people as if they God, but they not. They not. They the bases on earth. You see, and that's another reason why the Lord is gonna have to take this damn devil out of power, because going back to Revelations chapter 13 and verse 6, it's talking about this devil, and he opened his mouth and blasphemy against the heavenly Father. And that word blasphemy means what? A filthy lie, right? A dirty ass lie, right? So it says, and he opened his mouth and blaspheme against the heavenly Father, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. Who else dwelling in heaven? Yahweh Shai. You see, they blaspheming the heavenly Father by saying that he's a so-called white man, when truly he's not. He's a so-called black man, a melanated man, a man with color, man. You see? So no, the Lord ain't no damn cracker, man. He's not no so-called white man. And like I said, man, we casting these lies away, man. We're tired of these lies, man. We're tired of our people not knowing that the Lord is least, that's the least they can know, man. That he's a so-called black man, and they need to know the name as well, but they need to know that he's a so-called black man to get them motivated to know the Lord, man. Because when our people look at a so-called white man, they're like, oh man, I don't give a fuck. They don't take it serious. But when they find out he's black, oh man, it give them a little hope, like, damn, the Lord look like me. Then they want to get to know them. How you gonna get to know somebody that don't look like you? How they gonna understand you? You see? And I'm gonna close it out with this scripture. This is a beautiful point, because the elder of our camp brought a beautiful point out in camp Thursday, because we went out on Thanksgiving. You brought a beautiful point, because this Jake came up and he was like, how you know the Lord was black? He was like, this is how you know the Lord was a so-called black man. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 25, and this is red letter, by the way. This is Yahushua talking. So this is how you know he had to be a so-called black man as well, because he said, agree with thy adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. So the Lord was pretty much giving us game on how to move when the adversary is around. The adversary is modern day. The modern day adversary would be the police, man. You see? So because when Jake is in the midst of the police stopping him, hey man, we gotta agree with this devil, man. Because if not, hey, harm gonna come our way. So the Lord is telling you, hey, once you're in the midst of the adversary, agree with him, man. If he tell you step out the car, step out the car. If he tell you to put your hands behind your back, put your hands behind your back, man. Because if not, there's gonna be consequences behind it, more than likely. So we're not trying to get this devil no reason, to do harm to us, man. So that's how you know Yahushua was a so-called black man. Because these so-called white people, they not going through that, man. They not going through that. They don't got to tell their people, to agree with the adversary. They can cuss the adversary out and all without it being any consequences behind it, man. So that's how you know Yahushua was a so-called black man, and that he wasn't white, man. So we got to cut these lies out, man. We got to put our people on game to know that Yahushua was not a so-called white man, and that he was a melanated so-called black man. All right, with woolly hair and dark skin, man. So with that, we're going to end it. Lord willing, this little video was edifying, and I'm going to close it with giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash. Shalom, till next time. Shalom.